All right. Miller on the chat
It's
says hello from
Friday, man.
Australia. Hello, Miller.
Hey.
Good to see you from Australia. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Okay, New York. We'll start with New York. We'll do a couple minutes on each one, and then I have some big questions about the fall marathon season in general, which is just the marathon season in 2021 because it's every fall marathon. Women's field for New York City, Perez Jepchirchir coming off the gold medal. You also have on the American side, Molly Seidel, bronze medalist, Des Linden, who will be running New York 27 days after Boston, Emily Sisson, Sally Kipyego, Alfine Tuliamuk, and then someone else to watch out for, Abibel Yeshina, who's the half marathon world record holder in a mixed race. She ran 64:31 on the men's side. Bekele is the headliner, but Abdi Nagy, the silver medalist, is entered. On the American side, you have Jared Ward and Ben True, and Ben True will be making his debut. Keep an eye out for Kibiwat Candy, though. He's the world record holder in the half, 57:32. What are your thoughts on New York City?
It's a lot of name overload. You just said a lot
Yeah.
of different words, a lot of names. I don't remember. I couldn't recite all the names you just said.
Well, they're
So
on a
I'm going to
list
need
in front of
you
you.
on a list in front of me. First of all, this list is super annoying on the New York Roadrunners website because it's in alphabetical order and not by personal best, which makes it harder to know who to. You just want to. It's easy. Yeah, put up this list instead for me, Travis. He busts out
Well,
Excel for us. Boom! Look at that. This is great. It's easier to follow, right?
mm-hmm.
Obviously, Olympic champ. She's going to be the favorite going in. I am excited though for this American contingent on the women's side.
Yeah.
Sisson, especially like the the people we haven't seen in a while, in Sisson and Taylor. I'm excited to see how they do. Linden is more. This is going to be an appearance because she's probably more focused on the Boston Marathon, and even if she does well or bad in Boston, I still feel like this isn't her race to win. This is more for Sisson to have a good marathon comeback. Taylor, we haven't seen in a while, and then see how the Olympians do. And Seidel, excuse me, Kipyego, and Tuliamuk.
Yeah. This whole running two marathons back to back thing is catching on, and I'm excited about it. I think for Linden's perspective, she ran that 50K last year. It seems like she's figured out how to pile multiple efforts back to back. We've seen Sarah Hall do this now. The surprising thing here, the person you would not associate with doing back to back efforts is Kenenisa Bekele in the men's race, who's running
Yeah.
Berlin in September, and then 42 days later, he's running this race. David Monty had a great stat. He basically has a 50% finish rate in his last 10 marathons that he's been signed up for. 50%. So maybe the calculus here is Bekele, hey, I'll just sign up for two. And if I finish one, that's a big win. But I am very, very curious to see how he fares in both of these. I think he would take one really, really good one. I don't think he needs to hit it out of the park in both, especially because New York is a different animal than all the races he's run before. 2:01:41 though is his PB, a couple seconds off the world record, but that's the last one he finished. That was 2019. That was his last big race. Remember, scratched in London last year ahead of that big showdown. Speaking of matchups that we wanted to see that we didn't get to see, that fizzled out against Kipchoge. So I have no idea what to expect from Kenenisa Bekele. The hype is always going to be there, but lately he hasn't produced, and just getting to the start line healthy will be a big accomplishment for him.
And I'm really excited about Ben True.
You're a Ben True fan.
I'm a big Ben True fan. Big Ben True fan. He hates the 10K because I don't think he doesn't like running the 6 miles or 5 miles. Well, 6 miles? 6 miles, excuse me. So now he's done a few half marathons, but now he's going all the way up to the marathon. What do you think he needs to run for him to be like, I want to keep doing this, and I want to start becoming a marathoner for the next few years and try to make the 2024 Olympic marathon team?
What's the magic number for American men, Gordon? You know
I
it.
mean, it's sub 210. Yeah.
Right. And maybe add a minute because it's New York, or even 2 minutes and it's New York. I think if only Jared Ward beats him on the American side, I think that's a good sign. And if he runs, like I said, like a 210.30 or a 211 even. I think that'd be enough. The money is on the roads. That's what we've heard time and time
Yeah.
again. It's it's hard to find a 10K. Is everything okay at Gordon's house? I don't know what that noise was.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
hard
We'll
to
find out later.
it's hard to find high level 10Ks. 5K, we don't know, and is off the Diamond League and all that stuff. So this makes sense. This makes sense for Ben True. Everybody wanted to have him in this race like 5-6 years ago, earlier, right? Because when other countries were going younger and younger, everyone's like, well, the U.S. is going to go younger and younger. Didn't work out that way, but he's still been running at a pretty high level. It's not like he's doing this because he's a complete non-factor in the 10K and the 5K in the US anymore. No, he was in the mix for the Olympics this year. So I'm interested to see. I think he could be someone to watch out for because he already has that good speed, that 5K, 10K speed.
Yeah, I agree. Noah Drawdy coming off of his good marathon. He says the 209 PB. He's the top American PB wise. So he's run well a few times on the New York streets. Remember, he had that good New York half a few years ago. So he'll be interesting to see if he can kind of sneak into the top five. When you look at the PBs of the men's field, outside of
Yeah,
Bekele,
it's a
it's
big gap.
like it's a big gap, right? And you look
Yeah.
at some of the other like elite fields, you see like a bunch of 203s and 204s and 205s. Here, everyone is closer and closer to the 210 range than to the
Mm-hmm.
203 range. So I do think this might be an opportunity for one of the American men to kind of find a way and finish at least top five for sure.
Oh, definitely. But someone like Abdi Nagy, I give more credit than a 206 PB because he just got the silver medal at the Olympics. So I think he's legit. Germe Gebrselassie is pretty solid in championship type races as well too. So you're right though. That is pretty stark when you look at it when you go from 201 to 206. Maybe that's why they didn't do the PR order. They did alphabetical instead because it would make everybody feel bad between 201 and 206 if
Yeah.
there was such a big gap. That's why I did it. Let's talk Chicago now.